Hello, welcome. So I'm making this video to basically close out 2023 and start up 2024. I just want to go over some of the things I want to do for the new year. I wanted to wish everybody a happy new year. I know I've been dropping some videos, and that's another thing I wanted to get on here. The videos that I've been dropping were pretty much pre-recorded or pre-scheduled to drop, and which is why I haven't responded to any comments in the last I think 2 videos or whatever. I had them pre-scheduled, and I took some time off from the internet basically. But we're back at it, and we're going to be hitting it hard now. The last 2 videos I dropped, and unfortunately, I don't know if I'm going to be able to drop the third part. Those videos, I've been getting comments like, oh, I already seen this. You already dropped it. No, you've seen clips of it at the end of other videos because those videos, they were never dropped when I first shot them because I had the editor edited them, and I reviewed them. And then when I went to render them, there was always an issue. It would stop uploading at like the first one would stop uploading at 11%, and the other one would stop loading at 15%, and then the last one I wound up getting a new computer, so now I have a desktop which is what's videoing this right now, and I got my laptop over here because the rendering all the videos. I bought this laptop brand new in 2020, I think, and it's rendered and edited hundreds of videos, and I've been just using it every day for 3 years straight, basically. And it's definitely, I think, taking its toll on it. I might just have a bunch of clutter on there, and I need to just have someone clear it out. I'm not familiar with all that stuff too much. But I've always wanted a desktop, and damn, these damn bubbles, and I got to figure out why they keep doing that. Whenever I do like a thumbs up, these damn bubbles pop up. Look at this crap. So I literally just shot a 2-hour show for my new YouTube channel, okay? And these damn bubbles and even balloons pop up sometime in the middle of the show. So that's another thing I wanted to get on here and talk about is the new YouTube channel that I just started. But back to the videos, I was having a problem rendering those videos on my laptop. I couldn't, it just wouldn't do it. It would stop, and then it would, you get the pinwheel and it would just freeze up. So I think there's like corrupted video or something's wrong with certain clips in that video. I'm not sure what's going on, but I wind up transferring it through the hard drive onto this new machine I got. And the first video rendered right back in like 15 minutes, which is really crazy. And then I got the second one to render back, not without some issues. I had to play around with it a little bit. But now I'm on the third one. I actually had those pre-scheduled now, like, oh, when they drop, I'll render back this third one. Everything was going great. No, not so great, because this third one, I don't know if I'll be able to get it out to you because it's stopping at like 20%, and I'm not sure what's happening. It's saying something. I don't know. I might just have to cut some of it out to get the rest of the footage up. I'm not sure. So for everybody that was saying, oh, I already dropped this, it wasn't the whole video. It was just clips because I didn't know if I would ever be able to actually get the whole video up. And it kind of sucks because I paid the editor to render it. Them damn bubbles, man. I got to figure out how to stop that. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I got two things going on here. Let me see if it does anything over here. Bubble, no. I don't know. Dang, I don't know what the heck the problem is with that. I'll figure it out at another time. Anyway, um, so yeah, that's what I did there. They were old videos. Basically, I tried to drop everything that was on my hard drive before the end of the year, except for the third part of that. And then I have one video of me going to the West Coast, which the editor was actually supposed to be edited in like last night. It should be up here in a couple days or whatever. Hopefully by the end of the week, I'll have that video. But other than that video, um, anything shot or anything you see from today forward is pretty much going to be all new footage. So stay tuned for all that. And I haven't even shot nothing yet. I've been out and, just taking some time off, relaxing, trying to just regroup. And because I'm going to be hitting it hard here in 2024. I mean, I'm going to try to bring some amazing content to not only this channel, but the other channel, which we'll get into here in a minute. Some things for the new year I want to try to accomplish. So we accomplished some things last year. Definitely not as much as I wanted to. It was kind of a rough year, being that, when I moved into this shop originally, I had a partner that was, you know, um, splitting this place with me, basically, or not splitting it. I was actually paying more of the rent, but then he just decided to leave, and then I had to cover an extra 1,600 a month, his part, and then they jacked the rent up an additional $600. So literally overnight, my monthly rent here, which was already $2,000, more than doubled. Which really sucked, being that the recycling that I do is like just a part-time gig. It's not, I don't do that full time. And I don't even have I haven't had a job in 12 years. So, um, before I came in here, I was working from home. Oh, these fucking bubbles, man. And, which was cool because, my bills were like well below 1,500 a month across the board. And now they're like pushing $6,000 a month, So I haven't really made any money in the past year. I've just been kind of getting by. I don't want to, I was offered to be able to give up some of the space here, but I didn't want to do that, and cramp my already cramped shop up. So I kind of, took a hit. And, that's one of the reasons why I get comments all the time. Oh, why don't you bring Steve in full time? I just don't have full time work, even for myself. You know what I'm saying? So um, this year, I'm going to finally start to pursue sales again and try to bring in some more fresh customers, because not only did I get hit hard like during COVID, it shut down. I probably lost 75% of my business, and some of it just never came back. Some people just went out of business. People retired. I've had that happen. Two of my customers just in the last year just retired. They're just, it happens. And that's why you always got to keep pushing and getting new things. And the YouTube really helps, because I am making some decent money, not nothing compared to like recycling, the amount of hours I put into it. And especially now that I've hired a editor that's taken a decent chunk of that, because that's not cheap. But I'm able to basically pump out more content, and I'm able to work in the shop, and that's where I need to be. I need to be in the shop, not only getting the projects done, but filming. I don't need to be in here editing. Now I am going to be doing a little bit more on the computer as for like the other project I got going on. And I also want to do some more live streams. So we're about to hit um, 35,000 subscribers, which is absolutely incredible. I got this, excuse me. I have, see if I can do this. Okay. So I haven't figured out how to screen share my other computer here. So basically what I got going on here is another camera shooting onto a monitor that's linked to my laptop. So this is the live subscriber count, 34,369. It's a good number. I just wanted to say thank you. I appreciate every single one of you that subscribe to this channel. All of the guys that comment on every one of my videos, man, I really do appreciate it. Even the random people that just come in and make a comment, I appreciate that, whether it's a good comment or a bad comment. You know, I always try to read the comments and take the constructive criticism, you know, or, you know, the feedback. And, you know, if I can make changes or, you know, take the suggestions and do something with it, I definitely will try, you know, and I do, you know, reflect on them all. I think about it and see how I can implement something of it. And I just appreciate the hell out of anybody that takes the time to leave a comment. I do appreciate it so much. And then, you know, even the bad negative comments, you know, there's a couple of people out there that just, you know, they leave some bullshit. Whatever, you know, it ain't gonna phase me. I'm just gonna keep pushing. But you know, we did pretty good, and you know, the channel sees steady growth. Like, let me see here. I'll just show you like the lifetime of the channel. Um, you know, we kind of took, I think it took a year before I hit 1,000 subscribers. And now I hit anywhere from 600 to 1,000 subscribers every month, which is pretty incredible. There's some slow, you see these little low spots, but overall, the growth of the channel is steady. And I'm hoping this year that we can kick it up a couple notches. I'm pumping out more content. I'm hoping YouTube kind of pushes the channel a little more. I have to work on certain things on the back end and promoting and, you know, some other things. But, you know, now that I have an editor and some other insight, I'm hoping that stuff kind of, you know, picks up a little bit. And then another thing I'm going to do, every time we reach another 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a live stream to celebrate going forward from here out. So, you know, if we can get 1,000 subscribers a week, I'll do a live stream every week. That would be awesome. So we're about to hit 35,000. I'm hope in the month of January we can do that. And let's see. Now I think it's like they don't like you showing your analytics. I don't know. I don't care. So this is just what we did in the last month. 290,000 views, 56,000 watch hours, 615 subscribers. So if we can crank out another 600-700 subscribers this month, you know, we'll be doing good. $2,378. That's pretty good, you know. Actually, at the end of the year, I finally broke like $3,000 for a month, 2 months in a row. One was 3,000, one was like 3,300. And you know, it really does help, because all of that money basically goes straight to paying the shop. It's not like it goes in my pocket. Although last month, which was the highest pay I got from YouTube ever, was over $3,300. I did buy a new computer, and that's something I've done since the beginning. Is pretty much uh, take the money I get from YouTube and basically put it back into YouTube. It paid for all the cameras I have, all this equipment here, the laptop, the computer, the microphone, this other thing over here, the camera, the two GoPros, all the attachments I have for the GoPros, and then pretty much the stuff out in the shop. You know, it's kind of I feel blessed, you know, that I'm actually able to make money video, and one, doing the stuff I like to do, and two, that people actually like it and watch it. So I think that's pretty cool. I got off track here. But with the subscribers, oh, that's what I was going to show you, right here. So most of the people that watch this show are not even subscribed. And I heard that's like pretty common across YouTube. Like I got 61% not subscribed and 38% that are subscribed that watch regularly. Now I appreciate all of them, whether you're subscribed or not. But I remember there was a comment one time, and the guy said, "I would like to subscribe, but I can't afford it." And I guess some people don't realize that you don't need to pay to subscribe. You just need to be signed into YouTube, you know? So if you could hit that subscribe button, it does help push and promote the channel. And, you know, I'm definitely going to, I like the, man, the analytics is crazy on here. It shows you so much stuff. We have 89% male, 10% female, which is up, my female audience. Thank you. And then this is the first time I've ever seen user specific, 0.1%. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I don't care what your preference is or what you do, as long as you're not harming another human being or affecting them in a negative way. I really don't care what you do. Do I agree with all that weirdness? No, absolutely not. But I appreciate you watching. User specific, like, I don't know, what do you identify as a frog? Um, you know, people, they're on some stuff nowadays. And then this is something I always find very interesting, is the geographic stuff. You know, United States, I'm American, so obviously that's number one. But the top five, we have the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and Germany. You know, now all of these are English speaking for, I guess, the most part. But Germany, I find that funny that's in the top five, because they speak German over there. But I guess a lot of those places, I'm sure, you know, the Netherlands, France, Russia, Poland, Spain, Italy, Sweden, India, I'm sure they're taught English as like a second language. So it's not like America, where most people just speak one language, if not, you know, Spanish down here in South Florida. You almost got to be bilingual in South Florida nowadays. But I just wanted to get on here and thank all of you guys from all over the world. You know, this is absolutely incredible. And I could just tell you that this year coming up, now that I have a little more help with the videos and I can spend more time in the shop, we're going next level with stuff, man. I've had goals pretty much before I even started YouTube. But when I started YouTube in my first shop, literally not too long after I started, that COVID hit. And literally just like derailed everything I wanted to do. And it's been like a process to build back up to getting back on track, you know? So we're going to exit out of here. Yeah, we got a lot of I got a lot of comments to catch up on. I'll answer them all. But the one comment I've seen, I just kind of scrolled through here. There's a couple people commenting about already seeing the video. I just want to say that it's not the whole video. You've seen clips of it. I've been kind of posting them at the end of other videos because I didn't think I was going to be able to drop that video, you know? So there's a ton of questions. I'll sit down. Normally what I do is sometime like right before I'm about to pass out, I'll just run through and answer all the questions that are on there. So on that note, that's all I wanted to say for that. But we have some goals that I actually I have a couple boards behind me. There's actually, I got a green screen back here, but behind that I have some boards, some like what do you call them? Vision boards, I guess you could call it. And I got a lot of goals on them. A lot of basically, you know, when you have a YouTube channel, they say you should always have like 100 ideas. I mean, I got hundreds of ideas. That's not the issue. It's just implementing it all, you know, and some of it is going to take some money. And so it's not going to happen overnight, but we're going to get there. I was actually able, and it felt good to cross a couple off. Damn, these damn bubbles, man. I don't know how to get rid of that shit, but it's driving me crazy. I did a 2-hour stream, man, and it was just like, I guess I do a lot of thumbs up, or I don't know, man, but it kept popping these damn things up, driving me crazy. But I was able to actually knock a couple goals off of there that, man, it was a long time. One, the stator record. Now, it's not done, nowhere near done, but being able to finally pull the copper out and have the original thing that I built years ago actually see it work was pretty exciting for me. And I'm sure exciting for a lot of people because I have shown, you know, that's been kind of in the background of the channel, you know, pretty much since I started. Did I have that set up? I think when I started YouTube, I did have that. You know what? You know why? I know I had that because the shop that I started YouTube in, I built that thing. That damn bubble is just going to drive me crazy. I got my hard drive on the other computer right now. Otherwise, I would show you some pictures of me. I have, when I first welded that thing together in my original shop, not my original shop, but like one of my first shops, you know what I'm saying? And actually, I love that shop because the whole shop had AC. Like the whole thing was under air. I had 3-phase electric in there, which I'm really missing now. And I had an office that was like the whole shop was really high. And then the back portion kind of dropped down. Maybe it had like 8 or 9 feet. And then up above it was my office, which was huge. And I can look down in the portion of the shop. It was actually pretty cool setup. And then the office had its own separate AC as well, all central air. Pretty nice setup. But that's where I started with the forklift. And that's where I started with the stator wrecker. And why I wasn't able to finish it, the dude sold the damn building. And the people he sold it to didn't want to rent it. They actually wanted to use it. So I had to move. So it was the first time or not the first time, like the second time I wind up working from home. But where I was living at that time, I was really restricted. Like I had no business cracking transformers out there. I had to do it really like certain times of the day, you know, when nobody was around. And it was very constrictive on what I could do. And then, I wind up getting my bigger shop, and I was in there for 2 years, I think, and I had a blast in that shop. Everything was going good until that damn, scandemic came along and kind of ruined that. Everything like shut down. So I went up from working from home again, and and then once I finally got going a little bit, came over here, and now we're here, going on, coming up on 2 years soon, and I'm oh man, I'm dreading the 2 years because I know they jacked my rent up after the first year, $600, and they're probably gonna do that again. These people are ruthless over here, dude. So I'm gonna work really hard. One of my goals for the future is to I'm looking for a plot of land somewhere, which is getting scarcer and scarcer down here in South Florida. So many people moving down here. I just need a piece of land where I can. First thing I'm going to do is just build a shop. That's my goal. And then, go from there. I'll build a house or some shit. I got all the damn tools. I got enough tools to shoot grade on the property. I used to be a concrete finisher, concrete former. One of my first jobs working for a union was forming, putting up the forms, finishing concrete. I could do it all, set block, block mason. So stuff like that is second nature to me. And actually, I look forward to stuff like that. And I think it would be an awesome, project for the channel, because one of my goals is basically to have the ultimate shop. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be able to do whatever I want, whether it be woodworking, metalworking, mainly metalworking. I'm not too much into the woodworking side, but I do have that shopsmith we're going to be making some videos on this year, getting it cleaned up and operational, because there's certain things that I want to do that are going to involve wood and metal. It's going to, I'm going to be making something. I'm not going to disclose it now, but basically I'm going to need some wood, and then I'm going to need to melt some of the scrap down, and then we're going to be running that on some machines and then incorporating with the wood, and it's actually going to be pretty cool. That's one of the goals for this year, hopefully sooner than later. I got to get back out there and finish up a couple things on the mill, cleaning wise, and then I need tooling, which, is not cheap. I've been looking into it. So, if you want to support the channel, hit that subscribe button, and I'm trying to find like an auction where they're auctioning off. I'm kicking myself in the ass. Years ago, in my first ever shop that was fully mine, me and the kid next door wind up coming on a deal where we basically went and picked up 2 Bridgeport milling machines for free, and a bunch of stuff, man. Tooling, basically at first I thought it was like a little welding table, but it was a what do you call that? Quality control, where you check your parts against a flat surface. It was a flat plate, with what do you call that? Anyway, I had all this stuff, and we wind up giving it away. Like we gave the one milling machine to one of his friends that had a machine shop in return for some work. And then the other one was actually in the back of my shop. I might even have pictures of it somewhere. My very first shop. And I never even got to use it because I had some ideas for it, but nothing like I have now. You know, now I have, I got some really cool ideas, and the machine that I got now is actually better than that Bridgeport, because that Bridgeport was basically a manual hand crank machine. This one's at least got power feeds, and it's actually a bigger overall machine, which I'm super blessed about. And so we're gonna get on that. The lathe here. It's going to be a bunch of videos on that. And, I really do appreciate everybody leaving comments about, the machining. It's something I'm getting into. I've always been interested in it. When I was younger, I, worked around them, played with them a little bit, did some basic stuff with a mill once, and ran a lathe briefly, not like for a job, I just was messing around with it. We were making, I forget what we were making. And in high school, I was actually running a CNC lathe. I used to make little brass baseball bats. Pretty cool. And a cannon. But I wasn't allowed to drill the hole in school for the wick. That was the only stipulation. So I understand them. And I mean, I'm always, my mind, like, I'm going to have to start like drawing stuff out in blueprints, because there's some really complex stuff I want to do. But most of the stuff I do, I just, I think I look at what I have available, and I just kind of build it in my head and see how far I can go before I run into like where I'm out of material or I don't have material. And then I think, I'm always thinking like, oh, how can I accomplish the same goal with what I have on hand, So hopefully here we'll get some better stuff going. And the YouTube is definitely picking up, because before I hit 3K, before that I got close twice, but a few months before that, before I started dropping more videos per week, I started out just dropping one video a week, which I'm kind of regretting. I should have been dropping 2 or 3 a week from the beginning. It really did make a difference. And I appreciate you guys watching the videos and making leaving the comments. Because if I can get the YouTube to basically pay for this shop, then I can, it won't be such a burden on me, and I can actually get all the materials and the parts that I need for all the projects, because I have so many of them. And, unfortunately, I think I already mentioned this. I had, man, I'm going to say close to $10,000 worth of steel. If you had to go buy it, easily $10,000 worth of steel, heavy stuff, set aside for all these projects. And all of it pretty much came up missing. So we're not going to get into that. That's an unfortunate situation. Basically, once again, you got to watch who you get yourself involved with, because even though you think someone's your friend, they don't think twice about stabbing you in the back. So this is getting kind of longer than I thought I was going to get on here. And then I want to get into my new channel that I literally, it's like 8 o'clock in the morning now. I started last night messing around, trying to figure everything out. And then I started recording somewhere around 12 or 1 in the morning. I shot a 2-hour stream. That's why I may look tired. I've been up all night on this damn computer. I shot a 2-hour stream, and then I loaded it back to my computer, and then I edited it, which I didn't even, I think I cut 2 little pieces out where, it was just dead air for a second. But it explains fully, in detail, of why I have these evidence boxes and what happened with the police stealing my guns, and you know, them basically trying to give me 15 years in prison for being in possession of my own property. You know, so that's something you're not going to want to miss. And there's that channel is going to be basically um, a learning curve for all of us, because what happened was, you know, I was actually arrested and they took my guns, and this was a year and a half process. I went to court over like 10 times over this. And what I learned in that year and a half is pretty it's kind of messed up and just eye-opening, and um, it's crazy is what it is, really. It's absolutely crazy, and it really made me realize that um, you know, we're not educated properly, and we're definitely um, being robbed, you know, pretty much around the world, not just here in the United States. I'm pretty sure this is happening everywhere. And you know, and it's all documented. Like, I'm going to show you some receipts, and how I was able to get my guns back, and these charges that they were trying to push on me dropped, is basically I had to reverse the role, because they threatened me. They threatened my life, basically 15 years of my life. And I had to turn it around and threaten them, you know, legally, not in like a, oh, I'm going to hurt you type manner, but you know, it was like a legal battle, you know. And what I learned is, if you don't know your rights and you don't assert your rights, they will take them, even if you have a lawyer, which I get into towards the end of the video. It's a very eye opening. For me, it was a very eye opening experience, and it's a video everybody should watch. Um, and then what's coming is going to be, it'll blow your mind. You know what I'm saying? And it's very important that um, people get involved and don't just be so passive and sit on the sidelines and be like, oh, well, you know, someone's gonna do something or this or that. No, man, you got to get involved, and you got to speak up, and you got to show up, and you got to understand what's going on. You know, you're not. I'd say 99% of the population of this earth doesn't understand what's going on, has no clue, thinks everything is fine, which is crazy. And we're going down the wrong path, you know. So definitely we need to basically help each other. And the name of the channel, which I'll leave a link to in the description here, is the Free Human Project. Um, you know, I'm always about projects, and you know, but this is a project that is for everybody. You know, everybody's got to get involved on this, and sooner than later, because you know, they're taking away the rights. I mean, if you really look into it, you know, you have things like lawmakers, and they are literally just slinging laws left and right every day. Like every day, they're coming out with this crazy amount of rules and regulations that are trampling on your God-given rights, you know. And, you know, here in America, we have the Constitution, you know, thank God, which is a big part of how I was able to get my guns back, because they were straight up trampling on my right to keep and bear arms. And, you know, I had to hold their feet to the fire, because they were going to steamroll me. And, you know, a year and a half, you know, I went to court 10 times. They kept giving me ultimatums, you know, take this deal or it could be 15 years in prison. You know, you better take this deal or, you know, we're going to lock you up, basically, is what it was. And I wasn't having it. You know what I'm saying? I saw through their bullshit. And I'm going to show you exactly, you know, how I did it and why they're on some bullshit. The courts, every U.S. court, man, there's some stuff going on, man. And if you ever wonder why, like, you know, you ever feel like there's no real justice, and yeah, because as you'll see in the video, I bring up a quote by George Carlin, the late great George Carlin. Okay. And whether he was part of the cabal or the club or whatever, I don't know, but he did say some great things. And one of the things he said was, you know, there's a big club and you ain't in it. You know what I'm saying? So um, go over, check out the channel, help support, um, you know, this shop, basically, you know, because any money I get from that is pretty much going, you know, if you can monetize, help me get that channel monetized, any money I make from that is literally going to pay for the projects on this channel, you know. But the reason I started that channel is because of what happened to me. You know, I was thinking, how were they able to do what they did when there's no victim? You know what I'm saying? That's something else. I don't think I got into it on that episode, but we'll get into it soon enough, you know, in an upcoming video. Basically, if there's no victim, there's no crime. Okay? They got no public servant has any business interacting with you or charging you or, you know, charging you money, because basically that's what it boils down to. If there's no property damage, there's no physical victim, there's no harm, nobody was hurt, there's no threats made, but yet they're trying to charge you with something when the only person affected is you, you know, someone's in the wrong there. You're being robbed. And you know, it's basically it's out there, you know. And I show you in the video, I kind of hint on different things where you can look, you know, but we'll go in future episodes. We're going in the detail, and then there's going to be something I'm going to be looking into, basically reclaiming or claiming, you know, your status, which is you got to correct your status, basically. It gets a very involved, very complex process, but you'll see at the end of the video, I explain that I personally know someone that has basically corrected their status. And I'll leave you with this. You know, your birth certificate, your social security card, your driver's license, look at all them. They have all capital letters on them, okay? And it's for a reason. Now, this person I'm speaking of, they took control of their corporation, okay? And their birth certificate, it literally says deceased on it, okay? He's a living, breathing human being, you know? And I've seen his birth certificate and some paperwork. There's a process and there's some things you do, but basically you remove yourself from their system and you're basically uh, a sovereign human, not a sovereign citizen. If you ever hear anyone talk about, oh, I'm a sovereign citizen, they're pretty much a moron and don't know what they're talking about, because you can't be sovereign, which is a free human, and a citizen, which is a ward of the state at the same time. It's an oxymoron. You know what I'm saying? But you can be a sovereign human or a state national, someone that's not a ward of the state and subject to all the rules, regulations, statutes, and laws that come along with that. There's two sides to everything, man. They've done some shady stuff, and basically it goes back to probably very, very long ago. And we're going to explore all this, but pretty much where it really started hitting us hard is in 1913, and with the Fed. And I show you some quotes about Woodrow Wilson, and basically how he sold us down the river. And he even said it. So you'll see all that, and then we'll be getting into some more things. So after seeing this, please go. I actually have two videos up there right now. Okay, one of them is a video of JFK, his speech to the press, talking to the press about it's your job to report the news, and look what's going on in the world now. Do you really think the press, the mainstream media, is doing their job in reporting the news, or are they pushing propaganda? Are they burying news? I mean, you got to think. Most of the media out there is owned by 6 corporations, which are pretty much owned by 2 corporations. What is that? BlackRock and Vanguard. They pretty much own everything. Also in that speech, he's talking about, the secret societies and how there's a conspiracy to basically enslave everybody. And then it's probably one of his later speeches. And then later on in that video, I show what I personally think is the real reason JFK lost his life. Most people don't even know this, but JFK started printing money backed by gold. And it literally said United States note, not Federal Reserve note. And I show this in the video. He actually had an executive order, I think. You'll see it in the video. And shortly after that, within a few months, they ended that dude and immediately removed the next president, immediately removed all that currency out of circulation. Most people didn't even know he was printing money. That wasn't debt-based money. It was backed by gold. He was going to take this country out of slavery. And, so we're going to be going down all the rabbit holes because there are a lot of them. You don't even know it, man. We all are. We're all being hit in so many different ways. And what happened to me and going through the process of, going in the federal court, I was hit with 3 federal felony court. I was hit with 3 felony charges. Going through that process and backing them down and making them return my property to me really opened my eyes. And I learned so much. In a year and a half, I was constantly looking stuff up and talking to people, real intelligent people, patriots. And some people were like, man, you know, they got you exposed, dude. You're, you know, they got you in their system now. And a lot of people, I'm talking about probably 90% of them told me, dude, you're probably going to wind up losing your guns and having to take a charge, you know? And I'm like, no, man, I stood my ground. I'm like, there's no way I'm ever going to take a charge. You know, they're going to have to force it on me. I'm not going to agree to it. We'll go to trial. They didn't want that smoke, and you'll see why. You know, I put them on notice, and that's what we all got to do. We got to put them on notice, because if we don't, they're going to steamroll you. You know, whether you know you're being steamrolled or not. Right now, we're all already being steamrolled. You know, um, but you know, it's going to be like, if you know, the power is with the people, and if we just wake up, you know, we could shake it off like a dog shaking off a tick, shake off that parasite, and world's going to be a better place. So on that note, go check out the Free Human Project. I'll leave a link in the description. Let me know what you think. Also, let me know what you guys want to see, you know, this year. I'm gonna try to knock out. We're gonna definitely be finishing up the stator wrecker in the next month. The mill, the lathe, those are kind of top priorities. The forklift, you know, I'm kind of I'm spreading myself out a little bit, but I'm trying to at least start nibbling away at a couple things, and you know, keep the content kind of fresh. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to bring in new stuff. There's always going to be some recycling and copper recovery, and I got some good plans on that. You know, like I said, I'm about to start doing some sales, which I haven't done in 10 years probably. You know, I did 6 months of sales in the beginning, and that was it. I haven't done anything since. So we're definitely going to have to hit up some sales. And if I can bring in a couple more customers, here's the deal why I haven't wanting to do a lot of sales just yet is I kind of wanted to dial in these machines, the stator wrecker, and get my granulator back up and running. Because if I wind up taking on a bunch of more, you know, a bunch of new customers, that's going to take me away from the shop, you know. And damn them bubbles. You know, it's kind of hard, like, because when I meet these people, you know, they meet me and they kind of want to see me show up. So I don't know how it would work out, like if I got some customers and then I sent someone else over there to pick the material up, you know, because I get in there and I talk with these people and I'm bullshitting. And one thing I've said this in my past live streams, it helps you get customers, especially an electrician, is if you can talk shop with them. You know what I'm saying? And I educate myself all the time on all kinds of things, especially in the realm of electricity. Now, I'm no electrician, you know what I'm saying, but I understand it. I wouldn't think twice about wiring something up or trying to figure it out, or I just get on the damn internet to YouTube University. Someone done been there and done it and made a video on it. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I like talking with them about, you know, new things and what they're up to. And I like to show them what I'm up to. And it's pretty cool that I can get out there and show these people my YouTube channel. Like a lot of these people, most of my customers never been in my shop. But the very few that have, I always get the same thing, you know, because you know, they probably, a lot of times these people might just think, you know, you're just some scrapper, you know, riding around with my beat up old truck. But when they come see my shop and my equipment and my process, I always get the same statement. Wow, man, that's pretty impressive. And I haven't even begun. What's going on out there, to me, that's light work. What I envision in my mind, what I want to build, like if I had the money and the time to just sit there and build, you'd be blown away. The coolest thing is going to be is the granulator. I could tell you that right now. And the water sluice, mainly the water sluice. Wait till you see what I got in store for that. That's going to be fucking next level. It's going to blow your mind. I'm going to do something there that I haven't seen anywhere on YouTube. And I've been gathering up some stuff behind the scenes. And then I got to go. I'm looking for someone in a specific field that can help me build something that I don't know how I'm going to get it done yet. But I want to do it with a certain material. I mean, I could do it easily with just metal, but I want to do it with something else. It's going to be cool. Definitely going to be a hell of a project for the channel. And on that note, if you come this far, thanks for watching. Definitely stay tuned, because as soon as we hit 35,000, we're going live. And I might even be going live before that. Matter of fact, I will before the end of the month. Maybe even before, what's today? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe Saturday or Sunday. I'll go live, because there's something I've been wanting to take apart, and just to get on there and talk with you guys live. I've had it for a while, and then I just got another one. So we're only going to take one apart live, but I was going to do it last weekend, but I wind up just taking the week off. So I still have this stuff, and it's going to be a pretty cool. I think it'll be pretty cool. Something that I haven't seen anyone else take apart. I mean, something similar, but it's just something cool I got. Anyway, on that note, I'll see you guys in the next video.